This Blue Jays team. This Blue Jays team continue to make things emotional for Blue Jay fans. I continue to think, you know what, this team doesn't look like they're going to go anywhere. Let's enjoy the wins and take the losses for what they are. But they're always heartbreaking. In this game, let's break this bad boy down because it just gets really emotional. First off, Rowley has a rough start. Very first inning, Lucas Duda hits a home run. First off, Nori Aoki had the leadoff home run of the ball game on a 1-0 pitch. Nori Aoki off Chris Archer made it 1-0 Blue Jays. Go to the bottom of the first, you give up that one run, it's now a tied game. Then Corey Dickerson homers. Then Kevin Kiermaier triples. And it is 4-1 with Chris Archer on the mound. We move to the fifth. Ryan Goins singles to center. Montero scores. Guerrero at third. Great piece of hitting by Nori Aoki to get the sacrifice fly scoring Zeke. It's a 4-3 ball game. We move to the fifth. Longoria hits a ball. It's going to be a double. But instead, Ezekiel Carrera, from what it looked like he was already ready to throw the ball in before he made the catch, before he picked up the ball, really, then drops it and it rolls farther away, allowing Longoria to go to third and on the play. And the way the rest of the inning progresses, that run would not have scored if Ezekiel Carrera actually picked up the ball, because Longoria wasn't going anywhere until he made that mistake. And then he makes a mistake, and they score a run. Because you don't know what could have happened, really, but the greasy infield single scores the run. Makes it a 5-3 game. Then Longoria triples. Bad route by Steve Pearce, tries to cut it off, but nope, so he's got to go straight back to the wall. Longoria ends up at third, and that scores Hechavarria on the play. But in the eighth, Josh Donaldson hits a home run, not getting the umbrella. Why? Because I'm just so flippin' frustrated with this team. His 21st home run of the season makes it a 6-4 ball game. I mean, really, it's the 8th inning. You're going to see Colomé next in the 9th inning. Well, we move to the 9th inning. Morales singles on the very first pitch. That is what first pitch swings do for you. And he gets the leadoff single. Then Pearce gets in a good hitter's count 2-0 and does not take a pitch. Finds that fastball, drills it to the gap. Hustles to second, gets the double. Morales is at third. Second and third. Nobody out for the Blue Jays. Then Montero hits a ball deep to center, but you hit it in the deepest part of the ballpark. Therefore, it is only a sacrifice fly, but Steve Pearce moves up to third base on the play. It is 6-5 with the runner on third with one out. Obviously, infield's going to come in now. Darwin Barney now up. And I do not know what that guy was thinking when he came to the plate. First pitch, it looks like a curveball in the outer half, and he just reaches for it and taps it to second base. Ruff Snyder can't score and makes the play. Again, Blue Jays season as a whole, can't hit with runners in scoring position. Next up, Ryan Goins, the most clutch guy on the team all season, and this could be his spot. Oh, he drilled that ball, but right at Steven Souza to end the ball game. Why not? Just why not make that happen for the Blue Jays as they lose 6-5 to the Tampa Bay Rays. They have now lost 4 straight games and are just heartbreaking us from one day to the next. Now, yeah, I said no rages. This wouldn't really be a rage. It's more or less you gotta be kidding me. Like, really? Come on. But it is what it is. It sucks, and I'm so sick of these types of losses where it's just we have been walked off so many darn times. We have gotten comebacks that just fall short. It's just been a season of almost, if you want to call it that, and a lot of heartbreaking all season long, and it hurts so much. And I think all Blue Jay fans can attest to this when we say we try to have faith. We had second and third, nobody out, and I'm thinking, all right. Let's drive in these runs. You get the sac fly, all right, it's a 1-run ball game, still only one out. Get the ball to the outfield or hit a ball hard, it's going to find a hole. Nope, you hit it probably as soft as you possibly can, and then Ryan Goins up hits it possibly as hard as he can, but right at him. It's just the way this season has gone for the Jays, as with this loss, the Blue Jays are now 7 games under 500, with under 40 games to go. And we are, 5 or 6 games out of a wild card spot. I mean, yeah, technically it's doable, but this team has not gained any real traction all season. We have been in the basement of the division all season long. We have never had sole position of not the basement once. We've been in the basement. We've been tied with teams for the basement. We have never been higher than the basement on our own all season. We have never hit 500 all season long. And people are expecting a wild card berth. I mean, as much as I want to believe, it is so tough because, like I said, this team has not been able to find traction. And it hurts. It really does, knowing what this team can be and has been. And now we're seeing this. It's so difficult. You know what? We're going to talk about a couple positive things. Because why not? It's not about the Blue Jays ball club right now. Because really, what is positive right now about this team? I mean, you could say a few things. You could say Donaldson's red hot, or at least hot. He's got 20 home runs or 21 home runs, and he's missed significant time. But one thing I want to say, and a couple of the Blue Jays' very prized possessions. Bo Bichette, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. I've talked about these couple guys for a good bit now. And I'm not saying these guys are getting a call up to the bigs because I don't want that to happen. You get the September call-ups when September begins. I don't want them up here. As much as I love them and I want them to be a big part of this team's future, why would you put them up here? There's no way. I think all of you guys will agree with me. Not a chance. Let these guys play down in the minors, continue to grow through the levels, and then maybe next year, maybe they'll be a September call-up, depending on where they end up and how they're doing, right? But from what we do know, Bo Bichette is kind of out of the lineup right now with a sore ankle. But for the Dunedin Blue Jays, hitting .344, on-base percentage of .399. The guy is unbelievable. But the man of the past week. Now, why do I say that? Well, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. just won Florida State League Player of the Week for all of high A ball, if you want to call it that, or advanced A, or however you want to call it. If you guys don't know his numbers, I don't even need to look down at my numbers because I know what those numbers were. I've been looking at them because I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. Over the past week, except for today's game where he went 0 for 3, but over the past week, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is hitting .462 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs in the past week. And oh yeah, this guy is 18 years old. 18. Just got to throw that in there because you know what? This Jays season has been full of I mean, there's been some great times. But there's also been a lot of heartbreak. And you got to find positives. And I love looking through the Jays prospects and see how guys are doing, like Anthony Alford, who continues to rake Double-A. I think he's hitting .322 down there right now. Dwight Smith Jr. is hitting .272, 80 in Buffalo. Rowdy Tellez is swinging the bat a little bit better. It's nice to see. And I think once September rolls around for the Blue Jays, a lot of Jays fans, including myself, are going to get a little excited. Why? Because we're going to get to see a little bit of what our future has in store. You'll probably see Dwight Smith Jr. come back. You might see Anthony Alford come back up. I don't know who. You might even see Danny Jansen, the catcher I've been talking about. You might see him make an appearance. I don't know. But you know what? You're going to see some guys come up, and it's going to be exciting. I'm just praying you don't see, Mike Olwin comes back up. Nick Tepesh is back. Right? Those guys are players that are playing well in AAA. And Teoscar Hernandez, he hasn't been having a great time in Buffalo, but he was like 3 for 4 today with Buffalo. Great to see that. You might see him in September. So just a couple positive things to throw in your guys' way to kind of be like, yeah. Let's think about that instead of this rough loss today. Because Chris Rowley kind of reminds me of Marco Estrada in a sense. That ball has to be down or he's getting crushed. And you saw it today. A lot of his pitches when he was getting hurt were up in the zone and he was walking guys. When his ball was up, you clearly saw it with Corey. I think was it Corey Dickerson or Logan Morrison? I'm not sure. Those guys, I get confused with them. It was Corey Dickerson. He absolutely obliterated it. Off the bat, you're like, well, that's gone. Okay, next pitch. Here we go. Because it was a moonshot. Because it was a changeup, I think, up in the zone. you're going to get obliterated. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoy the prospect talk that we little have here and the fun stuff we're talking about, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What do you guys think of our young guys coming up? And, you know, who do you expect to see in September? That's a question I want to throw to you guys. If you guys are still watching it at this point in the video. But if so, let me know who your September call-ups would be. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night as Marcus Stroman takes the hill for the Jays, Austin Pruitt for the Tampa Bay Rays. You know what? If we're looking at positives, Marcus Stroman is a huge positive. Hopefully he throws another great game as we've seen all year long. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.